which to me is cold-blooded. They're really slow, very sluggish. Now that we've just hit spring, they're going to start livening up a little bit more. It's going to start getting a bit warmer. We're just making our way over now, guys. As you can see, I'm underneath that water. But as I said, now we're coming into spring, they're going to start getting a little bit more lively. And then we're not too far off the wet season when the wet season is the crocodile. Come on.
Ooh, that's right.
Now, as Charlene makes her way over, she's 55 to 60 years old. Now we can't pinpoint her age due to the fact that she was collected from the wild. Now that was before protection, which protection of saltwater crocodiles was 1974. Now she was collected by a fella named Charlie Tanner out of Cooktown. So that's pretty interesting in itself for me personally, because he's a pretty famous herpetologist back in the day. Come on. Now we'll try and get her to come up, get a bit of tackle for us today, but as I said, if it was a bit G, that water will be a little bit cold for us too. Come on. Come on, there we go. She's slowly making her way over. Come on. Now Charlene is mum to our big male saltwater crocodiles here at the park, which is pretty cool because you guys will meet 3 generations of crocodiles today. You'll see Charlene, you'll meet Charlene's 3 sons, and then later this afternoon you'll hold one of Charlene's son's babies. So you'll meet 3 generations of crocodiles, which is pretty cool, I reckon. Now Charlene is a very large female. Females don't usually succeed about the 2.7 metre mark. She is 3 metres in length, which makes her a very large female, which hopefully means she has a large genetics, which also means hopefully that went down to big male salties, and we can crack the Guinness World Record with the largest crocodile in the world one day. That would be the coolest thing ever. We'll try and get her to come up, but as I said, it's a bit chilly at the moment. That water's a bit cold. It's a bit sluggish. See if we can get her to come up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Up. Up. As you saw, our boyfriend's just slipped in the water out the back there. Come on. Charlene. Come on. She might not be as hungry today. Last night I think was a little bit cold, so she might be a little bit sluggish on it. Come on. Now it's a bit hard to show you, but Charlene here, she's got next to no teeth. Now do not get under the false hope that she is completely harmless. When she has got at least 1,000 kilos per square inch of closing jaw pressure, you end up inside of her mouth that's going to break bones, no sweat at all. Come on. Now you can hear that bit of a cunning, conniving, aggressive, unpredictable, as fast as a horse for 50 metres, love eating dogs, death roll, stashing prey, love eating rotten meat. I've even heard that if you're in crocodile country you shouldn't go to the same spot 3 times to get your water. Because the crocodiles see this havoc you're forming, go into the water, and you're guaranteed on the 3rd time you go there'll be a crocodile waiting for you. That's ridiculous. The ridiculous part is, I guarantee you, if that crocodile is sitting right there, and you go down the 1st time and touch that water, guess what happens to you? Yeah, you're dead. Doesn't wait for number 3. So there's all this type of hype and myth. The reality is they're actually really simple, and I'll summarise it a little bit for you. That creature there, bare minimum, they tell me that it has been unchanged for at least 65 million years. So that creature has been like that since the dinosaurs ruled the earth. 65 million years ago, it was just like that. That's the minimum number too. All up, crocodiles have been on the planet for 230 to 240 million years. A lot of people refer to them as a living dinosaur. They're not. They're their own thing. We have a common ancestor that's branched. One's become what we refer to as dinosaurs about 230, 240 million years ago, and the other branch is our crocodiles. So they've been around a long time. But this fella here, and the key is, he hasn't changed for at least 65 million. You think, why? Why hasn't he changed? Why hasn't he evolved and that? The reason is he hasn't had to. He's found a very good niche in the environment. He's done very well. The environment changed around him, but he was still doing well, so there was no need to change. And the reason he does so well is so simple, and this is what it is. Crocodiles live in the water. Pretty much every animal, guess what they're all going to do? Drink. Guess what he eats? Animal. You're living in what every animal basically needs most, and generally animals have to drink every 2 to 3 days. Because you know what happens if you don't drink for 2 or 3 days? Yeah. Exactly. So you're an animal out in the wild, and the only place you can go and get a drink is in a water hole full of crocodiles. What do? You not drink, and you're definitely dead, or you go, I'm going to take a chance. There's no crocodile. Of course, you take a chance. But this is the thing, he is living in there, he's in this little hotel, and everyone's got a drink at his hotel, and he eats the people coming into the hotel. He's got a hotel, and everyone's got to come to it, and he eats the guests. The other thing that he's got going for him, and this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, his hotel's got a little bit of room service. And some of you may notice this too, if any of you have got cattle and all that, you'll see cattle, they actually walk in paths. If you go through the grass paddock, you'll see these little warm paths. The cows are walking. Animals walk in roads and paths like we do. Generally where they lead is to water. So each day, hundreds of animals can be funneled down to this single spot for a drink. So each day animals come in from the fields and they follow these paths down to the water to have a drink, and then they're back out in the fields, grazing again, back in. Guess where he waits? Right at the end of that animal path. Animal goes down, sticks his face in the water, starts lapping up water. He's got nerve endings all over his body, he can feel that splash, he zeroes in the splash and bang on the splash. And what do most animals drink with? Their face, yeah. If he bites that splash, what's he biting? Yeah. If he bites you on your head, and we're talking 1,000 kilos over every square inch of his jaw. So you've got 1,000 kilos, 1,000 kilos, 1,000 to make up his whole jaw. That's a lot of 1,000 kilos. If that gets swallowed around your head, what do you think happens to your head? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're dead. But we've all heard of the death row. If he bites you on the head and you're dead, do you really think he needs to roll? What does he? Kill you and then kill you again? Pretty sure you can only die once. If he rolls, what you see is called a rolling you see. But what is it's a feeding mechanism. It's a mechanism to try and tear something up. Something that's too big to pick up and shake, so he rolls it out. This thing grabs your head, you're instantaneously dead. And this is how he survives. He lives in that water, everything's coming to him. Alright? Misconception side of stuff, my favourite is probably just a little bit of running fast. Fast as a horse for 50 metres apparently.
I don't think he runs
Fast as a human sprint for a minute. Does he look like an animal?
Ooh,
Made up that, made up.
But he did it quite a hard to put his brain there. Fast as a horse for 50 metres. What does that look like an animal that can run fast?
no.
I'm not a he's as fast as a horse. I'm an Olympic sprinter as well. Look at me. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But you hear this stuff over running fast. How can an animal shape like that run fast? It's my favourite misconception out of a lot. It's not general public. And I'll tell you what the problem out there is. If you're watching a lot of documentaries, be very careful what you watch and what you believe. The problem with our documentaries, they're put together by film people, film crews. And a lot of times they're not even animal people. They come here, I've done a lot of filming, they come here, film, at the end of it we sign a release form. So they own the video right footage, they own it. They can do whatever they like, there's nothing I can do. Once they sign this release, they own that footage, they actually get it and they cut bits together and they speed stuff up and slow it. And then they make these documentaries that people watch and go, holy hell, it's all manipulated. Not every doco, but a lot of it's manipulated. We had one film crew, they were doing stuff with crocodiles. They had sped the crocodiles up that much. They were chasing my uncle, Robert, barefoot bushman, doing this documentary. These crocodiles were zipping across the ground after him 4 to 5 times faster than what they actually moved, because they'd sped it up. Then people watch that and they think, oh my God, look how fast they are. They didn't stop with just speeding it up too. They put audio on it. They made a noise over top of it. So we've got this crocodile chasing Robin, growling. I've never heard a bloody crocodile run across the ground growling ever in my life. Most ridiculous thing out. It looked great. It was bull. Then people watch that and they think documentary, oh, this is going to be real. So I understand where people think this running fast comes from. The bit that I laugh at is animal world. If you're working with animals and you kind of tell me that's an animal that runs fast, honestly, for me, I don't know if you want to just how can that run fast? Look at that big fat belly, tiny legs, great big trail dragging behind him. No animal that runs fast looks like that. Greyhounds, racehorses, cheetahs, they've all got long legs and light muscular bodies. They run fast. That's totally opposite. You got a question? Oh, it just pushes up its back. They can hold their fresh for at least 3 hours. We give them somewhere between 3 and 7 hours. Right, so a long time.
Do you ever clean the water? Do you have to clean the water?
Just a natural pond. There's fish in there. I've got freshwater mussels. I found a Bredl. We find Bredl the shoal quite often. It's unreal. It's just like a little ecosystem in there, which is good. And his name is estuarine or saltwater crocodile or Indo-Pacific crocodile. Do you know what an estuary is?
Yeah.
Yeah. When do you think it? When I say describe an estuary to me, what do you think? An estuary. What does an estuary look like? Yeah, river system, mangroves. What's the water? What's the water like in estuary? Is it lovely, clean, beautiful? No, dirty, muddy, yucky water. Swamplands. What's a swampland look like? Swamplands look lovely, clean water. No, he likes estuaries and swamplands. Water that looks like white, because then he can hide in it. He can hide in that water. You know, don't get me wrong, you do get them in clean water, but they like the dirty, mucky, yucky water. Yeah. In actual fact, those birds that are cleaning the teeth, I don't think they're actually cleaning the teeth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you look at their teeth, all right, they're pretty wide. And what they claim is bits of meat get stuck between. You can look at it. Yeah. Look how far apart the teeth are. All right, and they get there and they're clean. How really? A little bit of meat might get caught in there occasionally, but not heaps. You know what I think it is? Leeches. I've seen them too. They get leeches just on here. So you got a leech and a bird that's sitting on the mouth and they're pulling the leeches out. They're very careful too. They swing at the top of the head and come from the side. I reckon if those birds got in the wrong position, he'll grab that bird and eat it too. Just on top of the head, he can't really grab him or anything like that. The birds are coming in from the side, you know. Sometimes, but
hopefully he doesn't bump into his girlfriend and give himself away. Keep an eye on this tuft of grass right here. Slowly make his way over underneath it. It pushes up a little bit there, as you can see. Now he's going to zero in on this splash. Hopefully give us a pretty good attack today. Show you what makes him so dangerous. In and around this water. You've got to be so careful. You're down there washing your hands, playing around with your mates in the water, minding your own business. This bloke's sneaking up on you. You don't even know he's
Oh shit, he's there already.
As you can see, now that's scary enough as it is. But check how deep this water is as well. Now he tucked himself right into this water. That's next to his nose there. That's how deep the water is. Not even shin deep water, you can just see the outline of it. Now you go down there with one of your mates or something like that to play around, wash your hands, something like that. As soon as you hit that water, it reacts onto that splash. You've got to be so careful. As you can see, he tucks himself in that such small bodies of water. He's 4.5 meters in length and probably weighs 600 kilos plus. And that animal snuck up on it and you didn't even know he was there. So dangerous. Now, does anyone have any questions here on that little bit of a mock out there, guys? No? Yeah, mate. Underwater. I don't think they've got an exact speed on how fast they can go. But seeing what they do is they tuck their legs in, both arms and legs, use that tail and they push themselves. When it gets in the shallow part, they're just using their legs to go swim forward towards the water.
you won't outswim one.
Yeah, pardon?
You won't outswim one.
No, that's the biggest.
Maybe if you're an Olympic swimmer, you might have a chance.
But in big open water, they tuck their legs in and they swim like that through it. But
I think they're designed for it.
yeah, we got a girlfriend. She comes up.
Come a little bit faster.
Take a look at this, guys, how much pressure he's got. Hopefully that's good for today.
Have you ever lost one?
Huh?
Have you ever lost one?
Yeah. Oh, had a few times I got holes in this one. Yeah. Oh, that's because I fell off my head into the pond and crunched it up. Yeah, he has grabbed in the cage once. It's starting to get into summer. Or on our way to summer. Starting to warm up, so yeah. Sometimes something a bit heavier. Gives you a good bit of snap. But not too bad. On a really good day, it's like a gunshot. It's crazy.
He's like, where's my food?
I'll feed him down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and feed him in one spot all the time. Really create this. Super old. Funny part is you go to some zoos, they have crocodiles that are captured from the wild. I'll give you an example. Cassius, Green Island, Australia, biggest crocodile in the world. 5.48, they claim he's 120 years old. He was caught from the wild. He was caught from the wild. So how do they know he's 120? They've got no idea. They're just guessing. He could be 80, he could be 150 for all we know. We don't know how long they live. So there's so much I just don't know, and it makes me laugh. Because you can get some big crocodiles that are very young, and vice versa. You can get some really small crocodiles that are super old too. So it's really quite funny with the ages. But he's on his way, and you can feel that splash also that Jimmy's creating. He's trying to zero on the splash. With a bit of luck, he might walk out for us.
They're not hungry enough.
One of the biggest
Too well fed.
They're so efficient with food. This thing eats a large wallaby. He's got enough nutrition to last him 12 months. So not that's in a great big rush. Is this a freshwater crocodile? No, this is a saltwater crocodile. Freshies don't get this big.
Ugh.
Oh, look at that.
He's a fella. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to walk out for too late. Anyhow, has anyone got any questions before we finish? They're very reluctant to come out of water. They're really a water pond predator. They like to be in the water as much as he can. Alright? Sometimes